What's going on, everyone? I am B. Avery. Welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. This is Cross Season 2, starring Mr. Aldis Hodge and Isaiah Mustafa. Really looking forward to this season right here because I enjoyed the first one. If you're living under a rock, this is premiering on Amazon Prime or Prime Video. Now, the great thing about this season, something that I do like, is they are not releasing the entire season all at one time. This first week, we're dropping the first 3 episodes at once, and then after that, it will follow 1 episode released per week every Wednesday. So that's a plus. Now, with season 2, episode 1, it is called Harrow. When billionaire Lance Duran's life is threatened, Alice Cross is faced into action. But to find the killer, Cross must discover what someone will want to murder: the man that feeds America. Now, as far as Lance Duran's character, that is being played by Mr. Matthew Lillard, this is what the gentleman looks like right here. He is probably familiar to you: Scooby-Doo, The Descendants, Scooby-Doo 2, Five Nights at Freddy's, Robot Chicken. I've never seen Five Nights at Freddy's. I've heard of The Life of Chuck. If you are a fan of this gentleman right here, please let me know down in the comment section below. For his character, I would say that the casting is great. He's coming across as some type of slimy weasel character that snitches on everybody. And so I think that's very, very fitting right there. But that's a great question to ask. Like, why would somebody want to kill someone that is feeding America or feeding the whole world? If there's starving children out there and they have nothing to eat, but you have some billionaire coming through saving the day, why would you want to kill that person? They probably have some really bad things going on behind the scenes to where they're hurting people. And my goodness gracious, guys, how did this episode come out in such a time with what's going on in the real world? Now, what are some of those things that this Mr. Lance Duran could be doing behind the scenes that's just so bad? Is it crime? Is it murder, which is worse? Is it drugs? Is it some form of human trafficking? I'm gonna go with the latter, but I would not be surprised if it was a combination of all of those horrible things. But then how does the episode start off? Oh my gosh. We have a new character by the name of Rebecca, who is being played by Janine Mason. Now, I will say off the top, she is very nice on the eyes. Towards the end of this episode, she had that wig on with that nice purple dress in the casino, doing her thing, getting men to bend at the knee. But I love the way that they started off with her going to this island, sneaking out of that boat like some incognito mission, and going through and cutting the throat of these nasty, I don't want to say pedophiles, because we did not see any children in the beginning of this episode. It looked like all of these women were being taken advantage of in the worst way possible. Molestation, rape, possibly even murder. But you have this new character coming in, like I said, like a superhero saving the day. And I loved it. She took her time. She reveled in the mess that she was trying to clean up. It was glorious. I absolutely loved it. And what do we have going on right now in the real world with the timing of this episode, with this season? This series is crazy. We have the release of the Epstein files, millions and millions and millions of documents and tales of all of these horrible, nefarious, dark, demonic things that are going on behind scenes in Epstein, Mar-a-Lago, all over the world with these very, very important people. And this opening scene is a reflection of it. I loved it. You have this other character by the name of Donnie being played by Wes Chatham, and he is with Rebecca going through and cleaning up all the mess, cleaning up all the evil. Burnt those mother effers alive. I was like, damn, what did they do to deserve this? It was easy. They were trafficking and raping women. Now, unless the women that was in that room, unless they was there by their own free will, which I doubt, because they got the hell up out of there, got in that boat, and they were sailing away. But I'm down for this right here. Are these supposed to be the bad guys? Because to me, they're not the bad guys. They're the good guys. Anybody that's gonna go save a bunch of women from rapists, pedophiles, etc., I'm on your team right there, okay? We don't need to go through the legal system. That takes too long. They try to redact files and stuff like that. But if you know for damn sure, 100% proof that these are raping, molesting men, hey, wipe them out, burn them up, slit their throats. They're disgusting. They are the scum of the earth. So already I am loving this season. Like, yes, justice is being served. Let's do this. Now, right after that, we have another scene with the two main leads of Cross and Detective Sampson. Cross goes up, gives a speech on the podium about being one of the best in the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department. It's a hard job, and he's very, very honest, owning up to the mistakes that he made in the past, just saying, hey, this is a hard job, but we need to be held to a higher standard. You're gonna have bad days, okay? You're not just gonna wake up every day honky-dory. I like this right here because I am not anti-police. I'm not even anti-ICE, but I am anti-police in ICE brutality. And I know that it can be a hard job, but that's no excuse to go out and beat up people just because you're having money problems or you're getting into it with your spouse, or your child broke the TV over the weekend doing the sleepover. You can't take that frustration out on normal civilians and think that everything is going to be okay. So I like that Cross is taking responsibility, saying that's just not the case. We need to be held at a higher standard. That's also just another reflection on life. I like the writing right there because I know that I can relate to something like that. I like seeing characters that look like me on screen. And so when that happens and they are talking about real life issues that many Americans or millions of people can relate to, you're going to get me on board. And so I'm loving season 2 so far, just with these 2 opening scenes. Season 1 was great, but going into this, I was just saying, okay, season 2 is not going to be as good as season 1. But so far, that got me hooked, and I really can't complain. Another thing I love about this series, or just the characters and their relationships, is the family that Cross has at home. That's beautiful. Not only does he have a family, he has friends that have nice relationships as well. I just love his whole circle of friends, of people that love him, because he has his family, but he also has Detective Sampson with his woman right there. And I like the fact that she tried to check him on misogyny, which needs to be addressed as well. But the makeup sex they had in the car going to their destination, wherever that was, that's pretty high right there. I mean, and she is attractive, and so that helps too. But you're driving in the middle of the street in a heated argument, then all of nowhere, your woman just says, hey, pull out your thing, I wanna sit on it. Hey, that's what's up right there. So I like that they have that personal relationships amongst themselves. I also like the fact that they are part of the circle of friends of Cross at his table. But he has 2 kids, a son and daughter, played by Melody Hurd and Caleb Elijah. I think I remember Melody Hurd. She was a part of the Amazon Prime show Them that came out a number of years ago. Freaky horror type shows just bothered the hell out of me. But that was good. She was great in that, and I like her in this right here. Just trying to convince her dad, like, hey, if you're responsible and you raised me the right way, I should be able to handle a cell phone. Give it to me now. I was a little annoyed by that, but that's how children act, especially at that age, so that's realistic as well. But Cross also has his old lady friend there, Elle, being played by Samantha Walks. Now I gotta say, the woman is fine as hell. She's very attractive, and I love her being at the side of Cross if things were to work out. But things are not. She's dating some other guy named Trevor. Screw Trevor, okay? Trevor may end up dead like Trevor ended up dead on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he was dating Hillary. I'm just kidding. I don't want that to happen at all. But these 2 look great. And it is really unfortunate that she broke it off a year and a half ago. And like Cross said, he was doing the work. He was putting in the time, but he made the mistake as using her as bait to get the serial killer. I forgot his name right now off the top of my head. I will remember in a second. But you just can't do that right there, okay? You can't take your girlfriend, your loved one, your fiance, your wife, and feed her to the lion's den just because you want to get some type of psycho serial killer. Yes, I know that that is important and you need to get him off the street. He is kidnapping people and murdering them, but there are other people or other methods that you can use to get the bad guy. And that was just not the best. So I don't necessarily blame her for wanting to exit stage left. What does not make sense to me is she can't be trying to stay around the family and play mommy when she really don't want to be mommy, or she really don't want to be wifey. That is confusing, okay? Guys get confused too sometime, and we do have feelings, we do have emotions, okay? Sometimes we just want to be held and cuddled too. I'm just joking, but I'm kidding, but I'm kidding, but I'm joking, but I'm serious. Which one is it, or is it both? But seriously, it did suck though, because Cross thought he was back in there, man. And they had sex, they got it on. He went over like, hey baby, I'm sorry. He waking up like, hey, I want to let you know I'm not abandoning you, okay? You're just not some notch around the belt again, okay? I really do like you. I got to go to work. Let me straighten up my attire a little bit, and how about dinner tonight? She was like, you know, last night when you came over, it was a mistake. Right before you rang the doorbell, I was in the bathtub with my vibrator, my Rose toy, and I ran out of batteries. And then you just happened to ring the doorbell 60 seconds later. So I was like, you know what? I smashed him before. I know I said that I'm going to be celibate right now and not give anything to Trevor until we walk down the aisle, or at least he proposes or meets my mom, but I don't want to raise my number. I don't want to raise my body count. I've already smashed Cross before. He's here. Okay, why not? Let me go ahead and bust me this nut. And that is exactly what she did. And the nut came up just like this microphone right here. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry. But yeah, Cross was thinking it was a nice love-making session while she was just trying to rub one out. I know that hurt that brother's feelings. My feelings would be hurt too. That sucks. What do you think? Do you agree with Elle that she should have dumped Cross and not be with him anymore? Ramsey is his name. I knew I remember the psycho serial killer. Is she wrong for leaving Cross because he put her in the crosshairs of Ramsey? Or is her exit justified? And even if it is justified, is it okay for her to stay around the house like this? All this confusion and stuff like that. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. But now we got to talk about Kayla being played by Alana Tale, who is cool too. I like her. And it was hinted to the fact that her and Cross may be smashing later on in this season as well. Because Mr. Sampson, Detective Sampson, was like, wait a minute now. I know y'all are really skilled at your job, but is it smart for y'all to be teammates, okay, with all this tension that could possibly build up? You a man, she's a woman, y'all are both attractive, spending time together after hours. Are y'all gonna get it in, okay? Y'all gonna, we got 2 sex love-making sessions in this first episode. Will we get a 3 or will that 3rd come later on in the season? We will just have to see. But they are working this case, trying to find out who is trying to murder Mr. Diller, the weasel, who is feeding America. They go over to his house, and the guy's cocky. He is arrogant. He is annoying, but it is fitting with his character, and they are throwing fingers on the table. My gosh. Now, we know who the killer is. It's Rebecca, because when she got her first murder at the very beginning of the episode, which again was justified in my opinion, we saw her briefly chopping off somebody's fingers, and that right there is diabolical. The men deserved it. They raping and murdering women and stuff, but you have to be going through a lot to be able to sit through something like that. Shooting somebody is one thing, stabbing them is another, but taking the time to chop somebody's fingers off, that's crazy right there. Now, Dillard is throwing this on the table. He thinks that it's some guy from a year and a half ago that yelled out, "You're a murderer, that knows how to distort camera footage by looking at it with some weird smile. He thinks it's that gentleman or has something to do with him. But I feel like he is leading Detective Cross and Kayla away. I really feel like he knows who is behind this, and he has a lot of secrets there. I just feel that the man is guilty. I feel like he is responsible for everything that he's possibly being accused for, and he's gonna bite the bullet, or somehow, some way, he's gonna suffer it. But I don't trust him at all. And I think that he is guilty. I think that he is lying to Cross and Kayla. What do y'all think? And speak about Kayla, she has her own problems right now because we don't know all the details of what happened now, but there was some flashback, I'm assuming, of some case, some investigation, some secret experiment that she was a part of, and things happened that wasn't supposed to happen. Probably somebody died, and the weapon is being linked back to her. It doesn't have any serial numbers on it, and that's just gonna be real bad for the FBI. It looks like her boss is trying to cover up something as well. So we're gonna see how that plays out, but I'm curious right now. Can Kayla be trusted? Is she a good guy or a bad guy? I am curious. Y'all let me know. Now, I like the fact that this show is shining light on all of the characters, supporting characters as well, not just main, and give them their own little backstory, because we have Cross and his whole family that he's dealing with, and then Detective Sampson with his relationship as well. Sampson is just not here as a support system for Cross. We have Kayla, who is part of the FBI, who has this case going on with this gun. So that's interesting. And then the main plot with the anti-heroes that are going around and justifiably killing rapists, pedophiles, molesters, murderers, etc. But with Detective Sampson, you also have this side plot of this random black woman being accused of this crime, just saying, hey, I didn't do it, I'm innocent, I only called you in here because I'm your mother. I thought that you would have realized that when you first walked in. Sampson's like, what the hell? Actually, he just didn't say anything. He just left, as I would too. That's just crazy, just for somebody to say that all of a sudden, and you possibly don't know who your mom is. And him and Cross go up on the roof and start sipping on the beer, and that's cool right there too. I really do like that they are there for each other. Now, going back to Rebecca, the anti-hero that saved the day at the very beginning of this, she is super duper passionate about this mission that she's going on. I'm assuming that she has some master list of all of these evil men that she wants to go around and execute, torture, kidnap. I'm here for it if they're that disgusting. But she is doing some ritual earlier in the middle of the episode with these cards and candles and sage and fire and hair, and it looks like she is really going through it. She really did her homework and she's going to finish this mission through. I'm afraid of her as well. Okay, towards the end of this episode, when she seduced that gentleman in the casino and smashed him, he's like, hey, let's go for round two. And she's like, I done got mine. You need to get the hell up out of here, or I'm going to slit your throat like I did to the people at the very beginning of this episode right there. I don't know the reason why she wanted to sleep with that gentleman. It'll probably pop up later on in the season, but I'm here for it. And right now, she's not a bad guy to me. She's not a bad guy to me. She's a good guy to me. So we're going to see how all this plays out. But guys, that is the first episode of Cross Season 2, Episode 1, titled Hero. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to this season. I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy every episode if it's of the same caliber of this first episode. But what were your thoughts going into this? What were your thoughts when it concluded? Are you excited for episode 2? I will be covering that one as well, possibly with Lamont with Get a Life Gains. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps the channel out. I am right here to 60,000 subscribers. I need your help. So go ahead and click that subscribe button, leave a comment, thumbs up, and share the video. But guys, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget, I'm B. Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace, and I'll see you next time.